Yikes. What's a person to do, especially a live streamer? They spread the word around that a certain guest is going to be on their show. And at the very last minute, and I'm talking about the last minute, like 10 minutes before showtime, you get a phone call. An emergency occurred, and that guest cannot make it to your live show. What are you to do? Yikes. Back in a minute. Soon as I find out the thing that I want to play for you, here you go. Hi, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City. Saves money. Welcome to The Corner, a show by a small YouTuber for a small YouTuber. Okay, so let's say like you're new to going live, right? You're really stoked about it. You planned out your show. You got everything ready. This is all fun and games and great, and you can't wait to smash down the live button on whatever open broadcast studio you are using. And of course, I recommend StreamYard, and I don't get a dime for doing that. So anyone can be a live streamer from StreamYard. It has several plans, and you could start with the free plan just to see how you like it. But we're going to talk tonight for a minute about certain screw ups. And one of them could be a last minute cancellation call from a guest that was supposed to be linked up to your show. What are you going to do? Don't fret. Don't fret, because you are so smart and you are going to be so prepared for that possibility. One, you could write an extra run of show or notes. Again, I got to do that show separate, the run of show. Write a separate area, a notation of what would you do in case such an emergency happened. Well, you do have a few other options. You can cancel and reschedule at the last minute. I know it could be very disappointing, and the last thing we want to do is disappoint our avid viewers, right? Or you could have another completely different run of show available that you will solo it. And you just take it out of your trusty notes and you just go over it, even if you take a minute or two to glance at it and just go over it. Or you could be perfectly honest and say that you didn't want to disappoint, you still want to have a show. You could have an open chat type thing. There are options. There are definitely options that you could work with. But my best recommendation is that you have something, an alternative show. Like in my case, my show is about frugality. Let's say somebody that I was counting on coming on live couldn't make it. What I would do, I would keep a recipe available. I'm just saying ideas, a recipe available, and mention the recipe and mention that you look forward to rescheduling a show with your other guests, and things come up, and they're not disappointed. They get to see you. You give them a recipe. They're getting something from it. So you have to have a little bit of a value proposition there. Why would somebody want to press down the play button and be, dissatisfied with your show? So for your sake, keep an extra run of show, as I call an emergency show, handy. But this is one of the reasons why, honestly, Janet prefers to work mainly. Don't get me wrong, the live shows are fine, but I much prefer, honestly, working with pre-records. For example, if a guest can't make it, I get a notification they can't make it, then I reschedule the meeting time for another pre-record session at another time. And it's totally okay. And in its place, I will do a standalone pre-recorded show, and the viewers don't know any better, because the viewer is still getting a show. The idea is that the viewer gets a show and the viewer does not get disappointed. Now, here's a no-no, okay? Let's say that you schedule your live for 7 p.m., right? Okay. And then you're not there, and people are gathering and waiting. If there is some sort of change in your own life circumstances, either you have one of the following options. Again, if you must cancel a show completely, sometimes that happens in real life, then they'll know it's canceled, okay? And reschedule. Or you could delay the show. Let's say if you only need 15 minutes, switch the actual time of the broadcast is 15 minutes, and the folks will get that notification that instead of being on at 7, they'll see that you switched the time to 7:15 instead of waiting and waiting, saying, where's this person? Where's this person? All right. So that's one thing. So on the alignment of the topic of screw ups, all right, in this business and as a YouTuber, now that you're a YouTuber, you are going to come across, as I alluded to very briefly last time, sometimes negative comments. It's one thing when a person voices their opinion and it's a constructive comment and it is of value, and that's fine. But if you come across like rude, unacceptable comments, as I said earlier, your circus, your monkey, your home, and you have house rules. If you're not going to tolerate that, you don't want to tolerate that on your channel. Here's my best suggestion. Here's what happened about a year and a half back. I was, looking through other people's channels, and I love watching smaller YouTube channels. They're fascinating to me. Sometimes a really creative subject comes up that no one else touched upon. I'm like, want to dive into that channel. So I saw a really good channel. I was watching it progress, and person was uploading regularly. And then I noticed the person kind of sort of seemed to stop. I said, oh, gee, that's a shame. Why is that happening? Why is this person not consistent, and not going on? I mean, who knows? So I went back to the very last video and I looked in the comment section, and something that I suspected had happened. I said, I bet this person got a little bit upset, at a comment. So it was a very, very rude, trollish type of comment. And that person was going back and forth. The content creator was going back and forth, dialoguing with that negative, rude comment. Number one, never do that. Let them bust. They could say whatever they want. And what I do, I filter my comments. Yes, it takes time. I don't care, because I like for my other viewers to feel confident that, the ones that write the nice comments, the polite comments, I keep my comment section nice. I'm in control. My show, my house rules, my circus, my monkey. Therefore, so I'll take that extra minute and I will look through. If I see something that is unacceptable or distasteful, out it goes. That's it. It's just that simple. I do not dialogue with that person. I do not know whether that person exists. It could be a robot type of comment. Who knows? I know this, that I'm not going to waste my viewers' time in the comment section for them, looking through, rude comments or, disrespectful, things of that nature. So I can advise you this, and this is usually I don't give any advice because I don't advise, but this one is kind of an advisory tip. Never engage in talking back to the troll. That is precisely what they want. It's like feeding the fuel to the fire. Say nothing. Just delete the comment. And if you want, you could block the person from ever commenting on your channel again. Because here you are, you're the content creator, you're providing messages or entertainment or fun, whatever it is, some sort of a value for your viewer. You don't need a person that, I don't know, maybe they woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day. Just don't engage back. In your mind's eye, they don't exist. Bye-bye, just like that. Because I see that person probably stopped creating and continuing on their channel because of that. And I was like, oh, I would have loved to have contacted a person and say, please don't go back and forth and, don't give them the satisfaction. Let them bust. Listen, words of wisdom. Keep this in mind. I create uploads on a daily basis and have been doing so continuously for over 4 years. I think I know what I'm talking about in that area. No, scratch that. I know what I'm talking about in that area. So anyway, that's it for this time around. But if you have any comments or, situations or whatever, or a question, then enter it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for your time. And I really appreciate every single one of you. But I do ask you to do this. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care. Bye bye.